Coming up in this video.
This door literally just moved.
Leave me alone, man. Stop.
Landed at the bottom of the tree. Oh, it's happiness, death.
Dad?
Sometimes you're just in the right place at the right time. These are 30 scary videos recorded by accident. Number 30. Minnesota Lake Creature. The Loch Ness Monster has a cousin in Minnesota. Captured on camera by Mitch Rosso, this scary video is enough to keep you out of Minnesota's 10,000 lakes. Watch closely. It looks just like the famed footage of the Loch Ness Monster, blurriness and all. It's hard to tell if this is the real deal, but I want to believe. Number 29. Pekong in the forest. While solo trekking in the forest, YouTuber Furry Psycho captured a terrifying creature on camera. Shared by YouTube channel Breakman, this video is trending in the Spanish-speaking YouTube community. Watch as the cameraman scans the trees.
Oh, itu dia. Lihat. Pocong. Talinya udah lepas.
A robed figure is watching him, its arms wrapped tightly in its robe. At first, the creature appears to be faceless with a hood, but as the cameraman gets closer to the mysterious figure, you can make out indistinct features and white hair.
Beberapa detik saja kayaknya, dan perubahannya bisa teman-teman lihat sendiri. Oke, ini saya udah deket banget. Saya agak.
The figure also appears to be still at first, but from another angle, it looks like it's moving. What might this creature be?
Asli. Menetes. Itu di kain kafannya.
This does look quite realistic to me, but I'll have to see its hopping skills to be made a true believer. Either way, if I saw this thing while walking in the forest, I'd turn around and never come back. Number 28. Photobomb. This creepy photobomb will have you looking over your shoulder. It's 3:35 in the morning, and these guys are taking a picture, but something is lurking in the background. To me, the creature appears to be in the water behind them. It looks a bit like a bear or a jungle cat, but that doesn't explain why its eyes appear fluorescent. While others in the comments are suggesting it's an alligator, I'm sticking to my theories. Number 27, Bigfoot. This may be the first dog to have ever captured footage of Bigfoot. In this video, shared by Arte Morbid and originally posted on TikTok by Curly Headmar, a dog wearing a GoPro captured this by accident.
Guys, today we have a TikTok user, Curly Headmar, and we have this very strange video. It's a GoPro is attached to a dog, and then something walks by off in the distance. What do you guys think this is?
What was that? Let's see it again.
I'm gonna try to slow it down. Give me your best thoughts. You think this is just a bear or somebody in a suit, or is it the actual Bigfoot? I found it very strange. The dog ran off, and let me know what you think. Bye-bye.
Many in the comments say the dog's reaction doesn't make any sense. If a dog saw something like this, wouldn't it bark? I tend to agree. So either he is familiar with this Bigfoot, or it's not a Bigfoot at all. Number 26, crawling toward you. Is this a real witch crawling toward her would-be victims? YouTuber Mangle Menacing thinks so.
Taruh dia.
This old woman is captured creeping along a dirt road toward the camera in the middle of the night. Others are shouting at her, and she is shouting back. And her manner is truly upsetting. If she's not a witch, I do think she is something not of this world. I mean, just look at those eyes. Number 25, parkour witch. These witches either have supernatural powers or have been practicing their parkour. Watch this video from the Paranormal Collective.
Eras una blanca con negro, compa. Mira, mira, mira. ¡Ay, güey! ¡Ay, güey! ¡Ahí viene! ¡Ay, güey! ¡No manches!
After the first witch jumps, she's followed by at least one other who's waiting in the wings.
¡Vamos! ¡Esta bruja vuela, compa! ¡Esta bruja vuela, eh! ¡Mira, la otra va a volar! ¡Mira, va a volar la otra! Amigos, esta bruja vuela, compa!
Well, I'd love to imagine these witches parkouring around the city. I think this is just your run-of-the-mill dark magic. Number 24, creepy creature in the car. According to this TikTok by elkakoi.tv, nothing is a coincidence. This couple was driving around when the boyfriend captured something on camera that sent chills down his spine. The couple later had a strange accident, which looks like it totaled the car. Here's what he captured in the seat behind her. Is it a demon? Some in the comments think it's odd that he would even take this random picture of his girlfriend, but others are pretty sure this is the girl's guardian demon. I'm with them on that. Number 23, poltergeist activity. YouTuber NM Ghost Hunter shares a series of videos in which he's documented the poltergeist activity happening in his home. Let's take a look. This first piece of footage occurred on February 5th, 2022. This happens for a full minute, while in another room this happens. In a second clip, captured on February 21st, the poltergeist strategically destroys his kitchen. In a third clip, captured on the 10th of August, the poltergeist was making a lot of noise in the garage, so the YouTuber grabbed his camera. This is what he captured.
Evil, flick the light again.
And this is the footage he captured on his handheld camera.
Are you evil? Is that a yes or a no? If you're evil, flick the light again. Okay. Whoa.
After this, he went back inside, but left one camera in the garage filming. It captured this. And lastly, on November 12th, he captured some activity near the living room. Watch the bookshelf. Here it is from another angle. This all certainly looks alarming to me. I think this is more than enough evidence to call in the Ghostbusters. Number 22, paranormal chairs. This place is super haunted, and YouTube team Paranormal My wants to test its energy. Watch to the right. And if that wasn't enough, the chair on which the doll sits is moving uncannily. It does this again and again. Until it can't take anymore and launches backward. This is some of the craziest, most jarring paranormal activity I've ever seen. The movements of these objects are so rapid fire, they look unreal. Number 21, the breathing. Redditor Doodlepoot isn't quite sure if this is paranormal or not. Posted to the Ghosts subreddit, this ring footage captures something seriously sinister. Listen closely. Do you hear them too? Some in the comments think there's a demon at the door. Others think it's wind or distant traffic. This one's a toss-up for me. It sounds too much like breathing to discount it. Number 20. Disembodied voice. Shared in the subreddit Paranormal Videos. This now deleted user picked up a disembodied voice on her dog cam, speaking a foreign language. Have a listen. Did you hear that? The Redditor notes that the camera was placed on the mantle, and there's nothing behind the camera but the chimney. Some in the comments note that both of the dogs are looking at something in the room, and one of them looks terrified. The voice sounds almost like it's hissing in the end. I'm not sure what's going on here, if this is paranormal or there's someone in the home, but I do think I'd be setting up more cameras after hearing this. Number 19, demon in abandoned house. Dennis from Dark Life captures what can only be a demon in this abandoned house. After his lantern mysteriously shuts off, Dennis scrambles in the darkness. Finally, he gets it turned back on.
Это, походу, его проделки.
He thinks the poltergeist is campaigning against him, so what next? The demon is in the adjacent room. He leaves for a moment, and when he returns, everything is on.
Хотел собирать вещи, и все включилось. Включилась камера, и включился этот свет.
Is the demon playing tricks on him?
Ну, в общем, все, друзья. На этом все. Всем спасибо за просмотр. Блин, у меня аж мурашки сейчас по коже, реально. Пипец. В отражении зеркала. Ой, зеркало, говорю, стекла.
Or is he standing there watching him? I can feel the demon's presence in this one, and I can't get that sound out of my head. Number 18, poltergeist. Is this a poltergeist or faulty wiring? Redditor Raynoke wants to know. Let's see what you think.
So I'm not really sure what's causing this. That's a break room right there. It flickers on and off constantly. There's a lot of motion sensors in these rooms. The office that it's adjacent to.
He captures the activity again.
There it goes off again. It's very random, so leads me to believe that something is going on in there.
This time the light doesn't return for a while. As he walks toward it to check out what's up, it turns on again.
There it goes again. When I walk in here, the lights are going to turn off in here as well. Turn on, I mean.
Is there something in this break room? I'm not sure with this one. Faulty wiring is just as plausible as poltergeist activity. Number 17, mysterious house. All of the occupants of this home are said to have passed away of unknown causes. Dark Arts TV has come to investigate. First, they show a clip from abandoned world explorer UK, who has also explored this abandoned home and experienced something sinister here.
What was that? I kid you not, guys, we were in the house and there's a bell that just rang. We literally just got out. I can hear some strange noises coming in this place, just being in there. He was acting cool, like funny.
In the home, they come across a smashed cabinet full of whiskey glasses.
No.
Is that whiskey? Or is that just the colour of the glass?
Man, that is sad. Someone's actually smashed the glass.
As they speak to the spirits via spirit box, they notice the curtain moving.
Wait, the curtain started moving.
Oh, yo, the curtain's moving, bro.
Wait, can you move it again, please? Move it again. I just saw
The curtain just moved.
I just saw.
Then the spirits really start horsing around.
What was that? Did someone else just throw something again? Did someone else just throw something again? No, I don't know. I'm literally in front of the camera as well, man.
As one of the crew is talking to a spirit named Macy, he sees something through the curtain.
So, Maisie, was it you looking out the window? I've just seen something there. What the was that? I'm going to close the curtain. Close the curtain.
And then, while they're wandering, this happens.
Whoa, what the was that, bro? What the Yo, boys! No way.
Did whatever is lurking here mysteriously take the lives of every last occupant of this home? I'm sensing something dark here, so I'm gonna say the answer is yes. Number 16, abandoned car. Submitted to the Chills Narrator subreddit by a sleepad8673. This redditor wrote, Randonautica at its finest. Let's watch their submission and see what they're talking about.
Oh, it smells horrible. Oh, yeah. It's in the middle of the woods.
So the keys have to be in the
Yeah.
kitchen, right?
Yeah. The lights came on.
It appears this redditor stumbled upon a creepy abandoned car in the middle of nowhere with the help of Randonautica. In the comments, Chi Jojo said, "This is like the third Randonautica video I've seen of cars being abandoned in the middle of the woods. One had a child's voice coming out of nowhere saying, 'Do you want to play?' Strange indeed." To which the redditor who found this car replied, "I'm so glad there's no audible EVPs asking me if I want to play, especially a child child's voice. For some reason, that's even creepier. Somebody on Reddit helped me get the VIN number and ran it. Came back with an alert for a reported stolen vehicle. So it appears this abandoned car was stolen. Now the question on my mind is, who took the car and left it here? Number 15, the threat. This poltergeist activity was captured around midnight in Charlestown, Rhode Island. First, the object on the kitchen counter slowly starts to turn. This goes on for a while, then it starts to move. It even appears to hop up and down at the end. Even more disturbing is this creepy whispered EVP. Why is it going to take our lives? After only spinning what appears to be a Coke can around, that seems like a huge escalation to me. Number 14, 16th century apparitions. While exploring a 16th century cemetery in Cornwall, YouTuber Ghost Adventures of Cornwall captured 2 apparitions in Tudor period clothing. Can you make them out? I can, and they're giving me the chills. Number 13, creepy cemetery. The G-Team Paranormal is visiting this creepy cemetery at midnight. They say it's known for its shadows and other paranormal activity. Let's see what they captured. One of their paranormal devices goes off right away.
Did you see that?
It lit up all colors.
Yeah. Can you hold it on red then?
Hate.
It says hate.
Another is triggered as they wait in the darkness.
Yeah, it did. So, oh, there it goes again. It heard you.
Then a series of events occurs.
There was something that was just glowing right over there, guys. I don't know what the that was.
Oh, something just flew and landed in this tree.
What?
Really?
Happiness.
Happiness.
I swear to God, something just landed in this tree. Just landed at the bottom of the tree. Oh, it says happiness, death.
Death?
What?
Well, we're in a cemetery.
Again, a device goes off. And amongst the creepiest of their captures, they film what looks like a tall, dark shadow. Later, a Connect reveals the spirits holding hands with one of the team.
What's going on, guys?
Watch, she puts his hands in her hands.
Oh my.
Yo, he's gone. Horses.
Oh, there,
yeah,
he,
there
is.
he is.
Oh my. Look at that.
Watch, look, he's grabbing her hand. Look.
He's still doing it?
Yeah.
Oh my.
The shadow and this Connect energy are it for me. The spirits are lively in this cemetery. Number 12, Ghost of a Nun. Get thee to a nunnery. That's what this ghost of a nun did, and it didn't turn out well for her. Dima from YouTube channel A Sip of Fear encounters the nun's ghost in this scary video. First, he sees an unexplained shadow. Then he hears an unexplained noise.
Кто здесь?
He senses something in this abandoned church. Still not seeing anything, a Steadicam captures a quiet noise at night. Later, footsteps are heard. While we don't get a glimpse of the notorious nun, I can feel her presence in this sacred place, and it sure doesn't feel holy. Number 11, creepy doll. Why is this doll hanging here? What does it all mean? YouTuber Ahmed Salhi tries to find some answers in this scary video. He comes across the doll hanging ominously in a room.
حلو الله أكبر ايش هذا عشان لعبة يا حبيبي.
Does it symbolize something? Later, he pulls the sheet back.
اوه ايدي
But he finds nothing. The doll is somehow even creepier up close.
يا حبيبي على هيك منظر يما.
You can feel that something is very wrong here. I'm not sure if this doll is possessed or was part of some dark magic ritual, but it looks to me like it's been through the ringer. Number 10, Stanley Hotel Poltergeist. Many paranormal investigators have spent the night at the Stanley Hotel for obvious reasons. YouTuber Franco TV is one of them. Very soon into his stay, the spirits are speaking.
I just heard something.
I can't.
They tell Franco what they need from him.
Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Seance.
Seance.
In another room, Franco hears something.
I got the doors moving. Hello? Someone's in here.
When he approaches the door, it moves.
This door literally just moved. The thing is, I have a night vision camera right on the other side watching.
What is happening?
You tell me.
Another loud sound is heard on a still camera, though we can't see where it's coming from. He discovers who is at the Stanley with him.
What is here with me? Or who is here with me? It sounded like it said the captain.
Flashing back to an old video, Franco is convinced he knows exactly who he's speaking to.
That is the gentleman that haunts this floor. Mr. Dunraven. If you look right here, it says it even right there.
And the Capitan doesn't seem to want him around.
I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the candle. I just had a door closed on me.
Obviously, the Stanley Hotel's reputation holds up. After seeing this video, I want to know more about the Capitan and his unfinished business. Number 9, Hunter becomes hunted. What is stalking Jody from hunting the dead? This video shows what happens when the hunter becomes the hunted. This is when he first spots him. And the chase doesn't let up. Now he's got nowhere to turn.
Leave me alone, man. Stop. What do you want? Why do you keep doing this to me?
So he attempts to intimidate the guy.
Come on. Oh, you scared, huh? Why are you such a dude?
And it seems to be working.
Huh? Oh, look at you. You can't even stand up, huh? Don't worry. I ain't gonna you for.
He manages to back the stalker out of the warehouse, but he still won't leave him be.
I'm confused, man. What do you want? Just tell me what you want, and we'll figure that out, and then we can leave each other alone. Take the briefcase. You're in on it with the briefcase? Yeah. Why do you guys want me to take the briefcase? What's in the briefcase?
But at last, he reveals why he's after him. Jody leaves without taking the briefcase.
I'm walking out of here. He ain't gonna do nothing. If he was gonna do something, he would have done it. He'd have done it. You're trying to get your camera time, that's what it is. I ain't stupid.
Soon, you can hear police sirens. Jody claims he's called the cops on this stalker.
Oh, there they come. Look at that. You better, bro. They're coming for you. I'm not kidding. Look, I just called them. What?
Whether he called the police or not, I think he should have. This man in black may have just been messing around, but then again, things could have turned ugly. Number 8. Frozen in time. The paranormal boys experience crazy paranormal activity in this place frozen in time. As they're speaking to the spirits, they hear something.
Did you hear that?
That was definitely a knock. Later, using a spirit box app, they capture this. As they continue speaking, they're sent some terrifying messages.
If you're in this room, can you affect some of the devices we put down? Where are you, Tom? Was that Ben?
And then the spirits respond directly.
Copy this. You joking me? Did you hear that?
Still, it warns them.
Hey, let's just sit in the sofa. What was that? Dead. Dead?
There's someone upstairs.
Can you hear that up there? Living. Can you hear that up there? Living.
Since the team won't listen to the spirit's warnings, it takes matters into its own hands.
I thought you pushed my arm then. Something just... Jeffrey. Something just pushed my arm.
What pushed his arm? I think it was Jeffrey. But in the end, it could be any one of the demons haunting this place. Number 7, Demon House. Dan from Nighthawk's Paranormal is exploring this demon house in an investigation that will give you chills. As he enters, he hears a strange moan.
Okay, I have got my torch as well. Oh, me.
He continues to hear things off screen. But there's nothing there. Still, it's almost like he's being followed.
So that one.
Was that you then? It made that noise on that?
He keeps hearing faint noises. Then he captures a figure on the Kinect, standing near the railing.
Thank you. Can you do that again? Thank you.
The figure makes its way down the stairs.
Can you show yourself again, please?
Dan then feels something watching him.
Holy... Was that you then? I've just heard.
The spirit is now leading him.
What the flipping heck is that? You're trying to get my attention in another room. Is it this room you want me in?
Then Dan sees him in the mirror.
Is that you? Is that you in the mirror?
And from another angle,
or have you misplaced it? Holy smokes.
is the spirit trying to reveal itself to him? I think so. Either that or it's inviting Dan into the mirror. Number 6, leave now. Pipitello's Soul Shorts shares this scary video whose original source is unknown. Although we don't have context, we can assume this group is touring a haunted place when something unexpected happens.
I don't know. There's no clip on there now, bro.
That one drop kicked my soul from my body. Although the clip is short and we don't see what causes this mayhem, I think it's safe to say whatever it is out to cause fear. Number 5, summoning Satan. Another reason you shouldn't mess with a Ouija board. You might summon Satan. That's what YouTubers Wives with Knives thinks happened during this Ouija session gone wrong. After Macy asks the board if there is anyone who wants to speak, the planchette starts to move. The video is sped up a little.
What is your name, if you don't mind us asking, or if you remember your name? Is your name Esther?
Baby, this goes to ES.
It's nice to meet you, Esther.
They discover they're speaking to a spirit named Esther. When they ask Esther how old she is, they get an impossible answer.
6? No, it's still moving.
Because that just said elderly. I don't know
63?
what that is.
You're 63? 5?
635.
After asking if Esther is human, the planchette answers.
I don't like those
Does it all the time, no matter
D,
where we go.
E,
I'm scared.
V,
Oh, great. That's even worse.
I.
Yeah, you did. Please say goodbye.
Upon receiving this alarming response, they quickly say goodbye. But did they just open a portal for Satan? I think they may have left some evil out by the name of Esther. Number 4, anomalies all over. The crew from Rhoda X, Investigaso Paranormal, enters a house with many demons. Even before entering, they spot on the roof.
Fica homem de preto ali em cima.
Is that a gargoyle? The cameraman then captures this terrifying anomaly in a window. They get a reading on their EMF meter, and energy is near.
O que está acontecendo aí?
Eu. Aí.
Then one of their paranormal devices jumps off the charts.
Gente, apaga um pouquinho a lanterna. A lanterna, apaga.
Não, escutou aqui do outro lado?
Não.
And it continues to go haywire around their equipment.
Dá licença.
Lastly, this happens.
Eu tô sentindo uma coisa aqui
Tu viu? Viu o quê? Tu viu? Passou um negócio branco ali, tu viu?
Ah, não.
Passou um negócio branco aqui, tô todo arrepiado aqui.
Tô arrepiado.
Olha o braço aqui.
Passou assim, ó.
Ele viu comigo.
That was obviously a bat, but what about the other creepy captures? This one in particular haunts me. Number 3, Haunted Hotel. Amy and Jared from YouTube channel Amy's Crypt visit the haunted Biltmore Hotel in downtown LA, aka the Black Dahlia Hotel.
Opened in 1923, the Millennium Biltmore Hotel was created to cater to the high society of Los Angeles, though would serve many purposes during its life.
As Amy is trying to communicate with the spirits, some strange noises are heard.
Can you tell me how many spirits are in here?
The K2 immediately goes off, suggesting there are energies around.
Well, that's weird.
Rolling?
Yeah. K2's gone crazy.
Yeah, the second I turn this on, it's going off.
Must be some interference in this room. It actually looks like it's going to the music.
Can you make it go to...
As Amy describes some of the experiences had at the hotel, several paranormal devices go off at once.
One of the many strange things that happen here are people claim to hear parties and music and people talking and still socializing from a time capsule.
There is a little party going on in here.
There is.
With the lights off, the cat balls are again triggered.
Cat balls! Sorry, that camera's getting it.
Okay.
So we've had all 3 of these cat balls going off now. It is...
Although their requests go unanswered, the spirits continue to communicate.
Can you play some music for us? We've just played some for you.
Cat ball.
Thank you so much.
Again, a loud bang is heard from somewhere far off.
The guy on the bed, do you remember his name? I did just hear a loud.
Somehow they fall asleep in this haunted hotel, but their sleep is disturbed. Is this Elizabeth Short, or one of the many other spirits who haunt the Biltmore? I've got my money on the Black Dahlia. Number 2, listen closely. This family is living with paranormal activity, and this short clip, shared by YouTube channel Paranormal Encounters Shorts, is just a taste of what they're experiencing. Listen closely.
What?
What is that?
No, stop. Stop.
Okay, let me get
Stop. Really?
Oh my god.
One of the crew thinks he knows what it is.
It's silverware.
Alright, my heart just jumped in my chest.
What?
What?
Just wait a second.
Are you recording right now?
Yeah, I am.
Did you get that?
Yeah.
Was it silverware? And if it was, who is clattering it?
What?
What is that?
Whoever is banging around this haunted home sounds dreadfully impatient to me. I think it might be time to get this home blessed. I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe in the next 5 seconds? Because I upload 4 new scary videos every week. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. Number 1. Request granted. This TikTok live post offers some live poltergeist action on camera. Let's just watch.
If you're angry,
Whatever, buddy.
I want you to move this piece of paper for me. Holy hold on. It's
It did not just do that.
hold on. It's
Well, it totally did. Looks like these guys are as shocked as we are. As you can see, scary footage is not always deliberate. Some scary videos, like this one, are recorded completely by accident. Do you laugh in the face of fear? Well, let's see how you handle these scary videos. These are the 30 scary videos leaving viewers afraid.